like Parasite has more ex-girlfriends fucked than championships won. And that's a bad stat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first edition of the Azure Podcast. My name is Chevy. I'm here with these two homies. I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
My name is Duke, otherwise known as Duke Goes Crazy. I am one of 3 owners of Azure Allegiance.
And I'm Roy, and you can call me Axtiive, and I'm also one of the owners of Azure Allegiance.
We all sound real professional. I like it. Man, I'm going to go right into sponsors, just shout them out real quick, and then we're going to start rolling topics. Obviously, this is our first edition of this podcast. Like I stated earlier, it's something that we're going to see if it, I don't know if it gains attraction. We're just going to cover topics. That's really all it is. It could be a multitude of anything at all. Obviously, we're starting with the 3 owners. As of right now, we will eventually bring in members, maybe people from the outside community. I think it's going to be something very special, but I just want to talk about sponsors real fast. First off, I want to start off with Eternal Customs. Eternal Customs does all of our merch for us. You can use code Azure with that for a discount. And then we also have Freshen Up Hydration. They do our energy type stuff to help you get ready to game, stream, whatever it may be. Make sure to also use code Azure with that. So when we're running into topics and stuff that we come up with, we kind of just brainstormed a bunch of stuff. So I want to go ahead and start with how Azure started. This is something that I've covered in my own podcast way back when I sat down with Roy. But ultimately, I'll let them butt in as we go along. Duke obviously wasn't a founder. He is now a owner, and he'll kind of talk about that here in a little bit. But ultimately, 3 guys came together, including me, Roy, and Dez. Dez is no longer with us as an owner, but he kind of brought up the whole idea of, making another organization, and it happened, and we started growing, and stuff happened. But, I mean, Roy, from your point of view, how did that go down?
I mean, at least from my side, I was already a part of another team. I was an owner for another team. I was actually with Duke. He was a member of my team at the time.
Team?
I agree. So the way at least Azure started for me is that I got a message one day from Dez saying, "Hey, Chevy mentioned that you want to be you could be a part of ownership for this team, founding it or whatever." I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty interested. And at the time, the team I was a part of, not everything wasn't going so well. It was a little rocky, at least management wise. So this actually came at a really perfect opportunity or perfect timing for me.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the opportunity. Was actually not a part of the team anymore when I left or decided that. I'll let him explain his part after my part. But I talked to Dez and I told him, hey, I'm interested. So I thought about it for like a day, and he's like, all right, cool. And that's when me, Chevy, and just finally formed Azure once we thought of the name, what we wanted for our logo and everything else. And that was pretty much it, at least for my part. Unless Duke wants to, continue it, because we were kind of in the same situation with that team.
I mean, I'll get more into my point on that whole shit when we go into how Azure was from the start, but that's a rocky fucking topic.
Yeah.
But like Chevy said, I wasn't necessarily here when Azure started, although I was, I think, the first recruit, maybe next to
he
Petey.
was already in the loop.
Yeah, I knew something was going on, just with Roy saying, because there was not a lot of people on Roy's team that were actually fucking doing anything. So when he saw things were going down, I just got a DM saying yo, shit's about to happen. Don't join another team. And I just didn't. And then I ended up here.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It all started, it was March 2nd, 2020 was when the team was founded. And ultimately we wanted to throw something together again. I didn't really want to go into organizations because my last one went horribly.
That's right.
Just towards the end of stuff, it just, something above me that I can't really control. So I bounced. Team ended. I didn't really want to get back into organizations. I wanted to focus on my own content, but an idea was brought up, and I thought that was really cool to go into business with like-minded people at the time. And we just kind of rocked with it. We had our logo. Dan, Roy, do you remember this stuff? And I'm sure Duke remembers it, but we had that one chick from what's her name? I can't remember her name, but she was from Europe and she designed the logo. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the first one she sent.
I don't remember her exact name or at whatever. I just know she's the one who came up with the logo, and we just all agreed. I mean, we all liked it.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
It ultimately hasn't changed a lot either from what it really started. It just got like touched up by our boys and made a little more cleaner.
Pretty much.
It.
Yeah.
Other than that, I like the logo. You know, if we didn't, then obviously it wouldn't. Be honest.
Right. I mean, it's just the little things that like happened, and now it is what it is today. And yeah, the logo has been tampered with a little bit because the symmetry of our logo at the time when we first made it, we didn't really understand it, and there were some rougher edges that we didn't see when we had the first designer make it. But ultimately, we had some boys figure that out for us, and they made it a little cleaner. I don't know necessarily if we'll change it to be something else in the future. I know I've thought of it, and I'm sure we've discussed it. But
ultimately, there's not much we can do just with our name being legitimately a color. So like, you can't really change a day. It's not like we have a mascot or anything like that. So it's just there's not much we could fucking do with it. So
exactly.
As long as it looks clean and I can slap it on a jersey, I'm okay.
Right.
That's fine with me. Yep. Pretty much.
I don't know. Well, we can go into a little bit of like our POVs from the beginning. I know we touched on it a little bit, and if y'all want to elaborate more as well. In the beginning of I don't know why y'all are fucking giggling so much. I don't know. My POV as it started, it did really well in my opinion. For some reason at the time, the recruiting was insane. I don't know the upper limits of what we had on the roster itself, but we had some amazing people. I won't talk too much about like just everything from the beginning to where we are now. Ultimately, I just wanted to talk about like how it was for me. It was fluid. People seemed to care. Miscellaneous people on the roster that we've dealt with and have departed for certain reasons. I mean, that's just what happens with an organization. Stuff happens. Yeah. It was dealt with. But I don't know. When we first started off, it was like content. We're gonna do content. We did content. We did a lot of montages, but at the time, montages were kind of fading out popularity-wise. So we, came up with an idea eventually a few months later to do more in-touch personality content with our members playing games, using their camera POVs, audio, such as that. And I think it made better content. It allows people from the outside to better engage with us as a team. And if they're interested in, joining, then they can kind of see what the vibes are. Because ultimately the vibes are like the number one thing that I try to establish along with the foundation of a team. But I mean, just from the beginning, my point of view, it was really good. Recruiting was crazy. We did some pretty good content, had some really good people around us. Then ultimately, I love even more where we're at today with the people we have. But I don't know. I want to hear what y'all are laughing about with that. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'll start from my side of what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I'll just
just like because obviously Roy was management. He owned that team, so he's a bit more in the deeper combos of what happened. Mm-hmm. But after Bushido fell, which was the team Chevy was talking about earlier, Roy started a team with a couple members that were in Bushido called 7th Sea. And it looked fucking dope to start because we gained all the good members from Bushido plus a problem that would be like later on, which is Fortnite kids.
Yeah.
And lots of Fortnite kids. So we ran with that, and I joined because at the time when Bushido fell, I was sniping lead. And so I just came over to 7th to be sniping lead, I think coinciding with Noah, I believe. Mm-hmm. That was rough. Anyways, so from there, like, yeah, everything was dope. We were making absolutely no content whatsoever, so that was sick. We had drives and shit to like put stuff in, but it got to the point where I was noticing I was like the only one other than maybe Dex that was putting stuff in like the sniping drives. And like Dex was like CEO or something to deal with business or financing or some shit. I'm not sure his exact role on the situation, but my views on thing is like the members, like owners and stuff like that, should not have to like do that to have a team run. So it's it's a shitty feeling when like you're the only non-owner pumping out clips.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is getting dodgy. And then I guess there was just stuff going on owner-wise, and then I got a message from, I forget his name, Roy, but like the guy that told me to start recruiting. Like I had to recruit as well as be sniping lead. I forget his name.
You're talking about Shay?
Yeah, Shay.
I've run into him before.
Dude,
that's funny.
Dude,
that is funny.
That guy is a bum. Like, holy shit. Anyways, like, I'm not gonna be fake. Dude's a bum. Like,
you're being honest, yeah?
He pulls me aside, the only like non-management role player doing literally anything for the team, and he's like, "Hey, you're being promoted to recruitment lead." I was like, "All right, I guess. Thanks for the opportunity." I'm like, "I'll go with it." And I asked him on the spot, like, "Yo, what are we looking for like streamers?" He's like, "I want them to be affiliated, averaging 50 views and upwards of 500 followers." I was like,
"What the hell?"
Oh,
that's the part where I was even like, whoa,
I was like,
what the
so you're making my job legitimately impossible
for no reason.
Fucking mint. I'm like, all right, well, I'll give it a shot. And then 2 weeks later, I think Noah was like, because Noah got promoted up to management, and as soon as he got promoted to management, he kicked me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what happened? And I texted Roy and I was like, bro, the fuck's going on? Roy messaged me back. He's like, dude, trust me, shit's about to break. Do not join a team right now. I'm like, all right, well, like, I'm gonna take your word for it here. Like, I'm still gonna pump out clips, and if an offer comes up, I'm gonna take it. It's like, no, trust me. Like, literally 2 days after that, like, 7th fell, shit went like insane. Roy deleted the Twitter. Like, okay, the thing is, 7th didn't fall to start. Like, Roy left, and that was like the actual 7th fall because Roy deleted the Twitter. And then they started another Twitter that maybe got 15 followers. Like, just that was fucking it. And then Roy messaged me. He's like, "Hey, Chevy's coming back, and there's a guy named Dex that you need, or Des that you need to mate, and we'll get this started over here." And I was like, "Fuck it, all right." And then now we're here. But that was my crazy story of joining this.
So I can go into the more deeper side of it.
Bro, I got to comment on this because I'm not saying.
Well, Chevy was actually Chevy was a little bit on Twitter, throwing shots here and there, which is pretty hilarious.
But there was just some bullshit. There was just some bullshit that didn't need to happen, but it did. I don't know.
So they do pretty much explain everything, right? At least everyone saw on the outside, right? I'll go into detail on what happened on the inside. What no one really saw those conversations, right?
Right.
I'll drop some names just because I'm not going to be shady.
Yeah.
And I'm not in good terms with those people either way, so I really don't give a shit. So what ended up happening is that we had a problem with a certain member. I probably won't mention his name just because he's still around. I really don't want to deal with him anymore. It starts with an M. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know what. I mean, these two guys know who I'm talking about.
He doesn't seem to be in the game and shit anymore. His Twitter recently's been off.
So member went off to go do his own thing. After he left 7, I talked to him after shit was getting a little rough on our side because when we created 7th, if there's more than one owner, split ideas, or share ideas, everything's 50-50 or whatever you want to say, whatever split, everything should be fair, everything should be, whatever, fair. It was getting to the point where 2 other owners were basically teaming up on me. Ideas would just get shut down. And so why they would tell you, hey, go recruit people that have 50 fucking viewers. I'm like, that's stupid. You're barely going to pick anyone up with 5 viewers. Like, I highly doubt you're going to pick up someone with 50 viewers and this many followers and subscribers. I'm like, that's really dumb. You're wasting his time. You're wasting our time. And we're never going to have any members, or we're never going to have any content. So he, I kept going back and forth with him on that. I still kept mentioning ideas. I'm like, hey, look, let's do this, let's do that for content, or let's try doing this, as for rules and whatever for the org.
Right.
It kept getting shot down. I wasn't surprised. I was getting to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking dip, and this guy's good luck with whatever the fuck they're doing because they're not doing shit. I'm probably the only one putting in work. They're just talking and not doing much. So as everything went on, I had, I'm pretty sure Chevy's the one who brought this up to me because I didn't even see it at the time. I was
Are you talking about the tweet?
Yeah, I was exposed for being a fake owner or something. I don't remember, or whatever the fuck like that, because at that time, I was already in talks with Chevy about being a part of Azure. I haven't fully left 7th yet. So I really don't fucking remember what the tweet said, but I know they were just trying to expose me at the time.
I can tell you.
That's pretty hilarious.
I can tell you because I just pulled this.
I
don't have the tweet itself, but I remember what it was about because I have.
If you know.
Yeah, I got you. What's funny is I just pulled all the screenshots that I had from way back when, because I just wanted to protect myself, because these kids just didn't know what they were talking about at the time, and. Personally, I don't agree with Noah or anything. Now, when it comes to the Dex side of things, I say Dex, not Dez. I don't really have a problem with the guy. I'll state that, for the public YouTube stuff, I don't have a problem. He may seem, he's your boy. He's your boy. He may think I have a problem with him, or he may just not like me as a person anymore. But overall, the whole drama that involved Roy involved Dex and it involved Noah. So I just want to speak on it a little bit. But basically, me and Noah were kind of going at it on Twitter. I'm not really going to read exactly what went down. He looked like a clown, we'll just put it that way.
Pretty much.
And he just wasn't understanding what was going on. So you see, the Twitter that they used for 7th, Roy, was that the old
Pivotal?
Okay.
Pivotal.
Okay.
Old Pivotal Twitter. Yeah,
exactly.
So I supplied the Twitter and I supplied the YouTube that already had a couple hundred subs, or 100 something subs.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah. So the Twitter itself came from a previous team called Pivotal United, where I started with organizations. And off the rip, that account itself was, from what I understood, botted in a sense that those weren't really real followers. So it had like 3,000 to 5,000 followers at the beginning, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was in the thousands. And that was a botted account. I know it was a botted account because I knew the guy who gave it to us when we started Pivotal. And I'll just say it right now. Pivotal's an old team. I don't care. That account helped us grow. Blah, 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 blah. Get back to the point. So it's a botted account. So the reason they went after Roy is because of the account itself, but also these things called support chats within the community. So these support chats, you send your tweet as a organization, and there's a lot of organizations I could name drop right now. But
I can too.
Yeah,
a lot of big ones.
Yeah, and they're big. Yeah, exactly. I know we're probably thinking of the same one. But ultimately, Roy left the team or got let go from the team or whatever happened, and then they come out and they're like, this account we're using right now, Roy gave us. It was botted by Roy, and Roy was using support chats to get our impressions up, and nobody else knew about it. And I was like, okay, maybe Roy did this shit, whatever, but I want to, that's kind of an ass move to just expose somebody like that when there's other people within your organization that knew about it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go message around. And, me and Noah kind of went out on Twitter, and then we kind of took it to the DMs, and he just was very confused. He thought only Roy knew about these chats.
No.
And that's wrong. So Roy pulls...
It's like the biggest thing in our industry is fucking support chats.
Yeah, exactly. So...
It's...
Roy goes and looks at his messages between him and Dex. And this is no shot at Dex at all. He didn't know what was going on. And one of the messages that Roy sends him is about, I want to use these chats. We can kind of get our impressions up. Get out there. They were just making business plans at the time. This has nothing to do with me. This was their organization. And Dex was like, quote unquote, or quote, that sounds like a good plan, bro. I fuck with it. Unquote. Okay? I have the screenshot right here. So Noah made it seem like only Roy knew what was going on and that Dex didn't know. But so basically, it was just a bunch of fucking confusion. They made Roy look like a bitch. Yeah, he's not a bitch, which is why I stepped in It was fucked
Not in
up.
that sense.
And at the end of the day, where are they now? Organization-wise, the organization's gone. I know Dex is kind of doing his stuff. And ultimately, Noah...
Noah's posting shitty car fixing videos on Snapchat.
Oh, that's good for him. But I don't mean to. I don't mean to shit on kids, and I'm really not trying to, because like I said, I got no problem with Dex. But this is just that's the truth. That's what happened.
Well, like, the thing about support chats is like it's literally how you grow and you interact with people that have the same like goals and aspirations. Like the amount of streamers that start like just with, hey, like support me, I'll support you type shit, or like, hey, let's do content on your channel and then we'll do it on mine next week, let's grow together. Like that's literally the biggest way and easiest way to grow in like this industry of like esports. Like it's just to hate on that or like to try to throw someone under the bus for that is just so fucking dumb.
Much, dude. And once that tweet went out, I replied. I sent out my own tweet. I exposed everyone else, hey, this person knew about what I said and everything else. And, I think the day after that Twitter just disappeared off the face of the earth. The team ended. I don't know. I honestly, after that, I really don't know. After I sent that tweet out, I already had left. So I really don't know what they talked about. They could have been talking shit even more. Right. But I mean, I can give two shits. I really do. It's just hilarious that all they did was just send one tweet and all of a sudden their team disappeared.
Yeah.
Just caught them up.
Yeah, dude, I mean, that's just pretty much it. That's how my start for Azure was. It's pretty fucking rocky.
I mean, it's funny as shit. It's funny as fuck, dude. I love it.
It really is. But I mean, you gotta have drama every once in a little while because then it can get a little boring. But
that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like the most controversial. Like I'll call whoever the fuck out when I want to call him out. Like I got into beef with fucking Iglesias from 7th, and like 3 days later, I'm like, man, the only reason I do this streaming shit is because I wanted to make enough money to buy YG's mama a house. And like that kid fucking lost it. That kid was in my DMs like, I have my own fucking place. I'm like, bro, you have a 1-bedroom, one fucking like living room apartment. Like, I don't know what you're saying, bro. Kid fucking the day after Kobe died, he posted a video. He was like, man, is Kobe really dead? Fucking clickbaiting. I'm like, bro, hey,
don't do that.
No. Hey, he was under 7th at the time, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, to prove my point with that organization, it was all fucked. It was mad fucked.
It really was. There was no structure at all, dude. Like we just had names to everyone or titles to everyone's name, I'm owner, but there was really no structure. There was really nothing going on. Like Duke said, we had the potential, we had the members to get it going.
Right.
There was
like
just
40
nothing
members.
being done. Yeah, we just had nothing going for us. There was no content coming out. Streamers were doing okay, I guess, from what they usually do. I'm not shitting on them. It's just, they just did what they had to do. They didn't grow after that just because obviously from the stupid rules that they gave Duke, they set up, and I had no part of it. And I mean, that's pretty much it. There's just no structure at all. There's really no plan going forward. It's just a bunch of stupid ideas being thrown everywhere and turned down. And I already saw it coming. It wasn't really going anywhere.
Right.
Especially after like us fighting with another org while that happened. With that guy that I said starts to name him.
Yeah.
I had personal issues with the dude for a while. Pretty hilarious. Chevy, I think I just had a run-in with him before. And, it's just a bunch of stupid shit. At the end of the day, it's irrelevant. It's not going to affect anyone's lives. It's just all Twitter beef. And it's just for shits and giggles for me at that point.
It's all business, man. That's all it is. Not a lot of people think that, maybe including us right now, that we don't take, certain aspects of this organization seriously. But at the end of the day, like, when we recruit people or we deal with people, like, yeah, we can be homies. I can tell you straight up right now that the 3 of us are homies, and it would suck to see any of us go. But when it just comes to a roster standpoint, like, yes, you would love to build that bond with them. And there's a lot of people we've had on the team for over a year that I fucking love. And it would suck to see them go. But at the end of the day, you have to, as a upper management owner, kind of separate yourself from the members in a sense, because you don't want to be buddy with them. They think they can kind of get away with stuff. You start to understand which members can This shit's
You
fun.
have to like develop a certain like
There gotta be a boundary.
limit, I guess. Yeah, you have to like a certain boundary where as far as you can go, you know. But you know, everyone, it's just like, you know, for example, Hex, you know how he is with his guys, you know, he's like super fun, like buddy with them. You know, they're basically family. They've known each other for a really long time. You know, even then, his members still say that they still have a certain limit on how far they can go when it comes to making content. You can even notice that sometimes Hex would even get bothered when they try to do content and they don't like stay serious or like keep it going. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's just that's just how organizations are run, and it's never any hard feelings to a member or anything like that. It's just that's how business is, you know. And it sucks, but I mean, it's just, you know. Then again, it can fall apart. Just example 7. There's no limits, no rules, nothing.
Yeah, I want to apologize if my mic
That's
just
true.
got like mad fucked up for some reason. I'm just sitting
Yeah,
here
you
looking
got-
at it. But yeah, it was like frozen, and I'm sitting here like, yo, I hope these guys can hear me, but they may not be able to hear me. But I fixed it. We should be good now. I was like, I hope my Streamlabs don't crash or something, cause that ain't gonna be cool.
You're good. Yeah, you cut off just for like a second there. That's it.
What was I even
Right,
talking
you're good.
about? I don't even know.
Uh,
We're talking about team stuff. I love my team. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, there you go.
Moving on. I love them. Kind of wanted to talk about. Yeah, our members are cool as fuck. I mean, obviously, if they weren't cool, they wouldn't be here. I mean, that's just kind of how I put it. They're cool people.
Savage.
Uh,
Flatly.
Okay.
so how we met is
I told you I'll do it.
so I'll move along. I'll move along with what's going on here a little bit. I don't, you know, we're having fun. We're having fun. It's the whole point of a podcast. We're gonna sit down and have fun, have a good conversation. But I wanted to talk a little bit about just how we individually met, because this kind of goes a couple years, 3 years back.
Shit, really, yeah, though.
Yeah, I mean, at least with me, I mean, we're sitting here. It's, you know, it's goddamn August 18th, 2021. I met Roy, or Axtiive, as he likes to say, but I call him Roy. That would have been with our first organization, Pivotal United, in probably the fall of 2018, because it was a few months after I started streaming. I was like a CEO owner. I don't fucking know. I was like 18. I had just started college. I mean, you know, here I am, my senior year now. Here, you know, starting in a few days on Monday. But yeah, no, I was a freshman in college. It was the first semester. I was into streaming at the time. It was real fun, and I met Roy through Dez. Yeah, we're talking about Dez again. He was, you know, the Pivotal United guy.
That's the only reason why I'm still here.
Yeah, and I mean, we just kind of fucking, I don't know, we met, and I vibed with Roy more than anybody else, and that team ended, and, you know, other teams started, and he kind of, you know, was just with me throughout the whole, I don't know, the whole process itself. And it's been a vibe. It's someone I can vibe with, and it's not a fucking issue. Can do stuff outside of the organization. It's not an issue. I mean, it's just overall, it's good stuff. But yeah, we met with Pivotal, moved on to a few other organizations, and then here we are today with Azure, having the fun we are. Now, when it comes to, from my perspective of meeting Duke, he wasn't always Duke. He went by, you know,
Ali.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. It was Ollie, wasn't it?
Yeah, like Muhammad
Yeah,
Ali.
yeah, exactly. Dude knew what he was doing. You would have been a sniper for Bushido?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
March 2019 is when I joined Bushido.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're getting old, boys. We're getting fucking old.
No
Like-
shit. No shit. I'm gonna send this to Caesar afterwards, bro. He always said if we started doing
Yeah,
stuff
the
like
goat.
this, he'd want me to send the link out to
man.
him. I'll definitely do that when
He's
this
such a cool
drops.
dude.
No, he was cool as fuck. I loved it.
He's such a piece of shit, but he's so cool.
I mean,
Man wanted to set up a content house in Vegas.
yeah,
I was like, bro,
he had big goals.
what?
I mean, that team just
Yeah,
it just went the way it did because I don't know. We really couldn't get on the same page when it came to the upper side of management.
Yeah,
Like
they
it just
really
wasn't.
did. They
That's
really
all it
did.
was. I got no hard feelings.
The early start of that team was probably the best we've had so far, and I'm just being straight up honest. That team had a lot of fucking potential. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
No, it
And
did.
what
Yeah.
helped is that, you know,
Mhm.
had certain people in there that really helped us, you know.
Mhm.
Favela for one. Favela was a huge fucking name,
Mhm.
at least in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He fucking helped us.
Still
you know,
is.
people like Trivecta. These guys were just like machines when it came to making content.
Yeah,
They were just good people in general. That team just blew up, you know, YouTube wise. Can
Yeah, we did really good, really quick. Like it was very fast, like to actually see success from that. And like a lot of the guys that like did well and kind of had their head on their shoulders when that team started are still around.
Yep.
Not necessarily here with us.
Mhm.
I believe we're the only three from Bushido.
Everyone else.
I think Kev was on, wasn't he? Or was he seventh?
He never joined
He's
Bushido.
seventh.
He was seventh.
He never joined. I offered him, but he was trying to join in a different team. I don't know how to pronounce her
He
name.
was grinding
Pisco?
for.
Psycho?
Yeah, I think it was Psycho.
Psycho. There you go.
Yeah.
But this is Azure's podcast, you know. So like, I'm just kidding.
We vibing.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we are. I really think. I don't think anybody else from that team.
The last three.
Like I know Try and Favilla are still doing their thing.
Yeah, I still have a lot of respect for most of the guys on that team. There's obviously some that I have been very adamant on throwing the middle finger up to, and I do that on the timeline. So like, it's not false shade. I'm not like talking big. It's something that I legitimately understand.
Yeah.
And then like, it's cool that we were all from that team and have managed to get back even after Chevy leaving, and then fucking me and Roy trying to be in a dumpster fire that was seventh. And yeah,
Just trying to survive.
I feel like we've learned a lot from each team that we've been in, and it's helped us as owners now. So
Much.
But I just realized when I was like, how we met. We can't all just like have our own perspective on how that happened. Like it just.
You really can't, because it's pretty much the same story.
I was just like kind of thinking about that. But I mean, it was through organizations, and then ultimately we're here today, still doing stuff. It's working, I guess. You know, we're here.
Roy recruited me to Bushido and then forgot to answer his DMs, and I to start. So dumbass like messaged me because I was posting these bear clips on like Twitter, and I was living out of my car at the time, so like I was only playing at my boy's place, and I just upload the clips from the PlayStation to Twitter. And then Roy hit me on. He's like, "Hey, are you looking for a team?" I was like, "Yeah, like I see the team that you're on looks fucking dope. Love the opportunity." No response. And then I joined like some team named like
that's right. I remember this being brought up later.
Sanction or something. And then I posted like just like my grateful to be on this team tweet. Roy's dumbass likes it, messages me. He's like, "Hey bro, sorry about that. Didn't see your message. Are you still interested in joining?"
Yeah.
I was like, "No." I'm not gonna team hop right now.
Right.
Although that is something I would be called out for, like
I
after
have been
seven.
Too, actually. I have been too.
Like that was everyone's number one beef with me was team hopping. I was like, bro, what? Bushido ended. I couldn't stay in Bushido.
Right.
Joined seventh, got kicked by some power hungry car dude. And then I'm now owning a team. Like what? Like it's not team hopping. I had no other options. All right, bro. All right, relax. But hey, whatever. Fuck it.
It's crazy.
It's funny as fuck. It's exactly what it is. It's just it's overall it's shits and giggles, and I don't know. I just think it's all funny. How
just now we're coming back to it. It's just hilarious. Yeah, and all that was going down. It really is. You know, just talking about it now is how stupid was it, dude? Honestly, it's just pointless, stupid fighting. It's pretty hilarious, you know. But fucking hell, it's just a big waste of time.
You know, I can.
I mean, I'm glad we made seven. To never make that mistake ever again.
Yeah, who the fuck's
like, I would not team with anybody from seventh ever again, other than Dex, and that's just the bare honest truth. Like, holy fuck.
I think Dex is a cool guy.
We had 13-year-olds asking for money. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Wait, why were they asking for money? For like just to do shit?
Fortnite.
For Fortnite? Fuck no.
Cash cups and shit. I'm like, bro, no.
Bro,
first of all, those cash cups are free.
That's what I was about to fucking say, dude. The in-game cups. Exactly, the in-game cups events such as that. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what they are because I didn't play the game too long. But those are all free to play. Like people made free fucking bread because they were like, "Oh goddamn, it's a Tuesday night. I'm gonna go hop on with the boys, win a couple $100, whatever the fuck it may be." But Yeah, what the fuck? Those things are free, dude. It's like a GB match, you know?
They were like talking
Fortnite
about
kids and
salaries
EU
stuff.
kids are just
Whoa,
different
whoa,
breeds.
whoa.
EU kids are a different breed. I agree with that. I 1000% agree with that. So are those Australian kids, you know?
Yeah, I would not have an Aussie on my team.
Yeah,
Fuck JoJo.
I wouldn't either.
Cunt.
You know he's gonna be editing this shit and maybe see that part and be like, nah, fuck that. I'm
I hope
editing
he
it
does.
out.
I love you, JoJo. I love you, bud.
That's so
Fucking
funny.
JoJo.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Another character, dude. Glad to have that, dude.
I don't know.
You guys gonna watch Champs or no?
Probably not, dude. I for me, I don't know. I was such a hardcore Call of Duty fan growing up.
COD
Yeah.
champs?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be all up in that shit, 100%. I can talk about how shitty it's getting, but I'm definitely
Like-
gonna watch it.
I don't really watch like esports. Like I watched when we were competing,
Hmm.
and I watched our guys went out and supported our guys, but that is pretty much it. Like it's just I don't even watch streams really. Like I watch our boys and I go in and I'm like, yo, tab, sub, here you go, like show my support.
Right.
But I can't sit down and like watch something in real time. As cool as it is,
Hmm.
and like being there if something like fucking sick happens. Like I'd literally pay $1 million to go back in time and watch Scump scream who's the best in the game, look at the fucking scoreboard.
Mhm.
Like that's the greatest moment in esports history by a mile. Like it's not even fucking close. But I just can't work
Yeah,
myself to sit there for like
Yeah,
3 hours
don't
to
have the
hope to see
patience.
something.
Yeah.
Like I'll catch the highlights. Like
Yeah,
that's
no.
about it.
I don't know. I mean, like, I like to. Well, especially during the regular season because there's so many home events they do now with the franchised COD league. I tend to just watch my teams. Like I liked
Yeah.
I liked the Hunter Thieves. When they were Black Ops 4, but that was also the COD World League, and a lot of people favor the CWL over the CDL just because of like production and just viewership overall and just how enjoyable it is to watch. Like there's just been a lot of different aspects and different people that aren't working on the COD League now as they used to because of franchising. It's been cool. A lot of people hate the format of how Champs is going. I agree it's kind of weird. I mean, some teams are starting in the losers bracket, so it's almost like, oh, I've already lost before I've even touched the Champs floor. I mean, cool thing is, though, it is on LAN again, just like the last event. So that's
Yeah,
neat.
about goddamn time, bro.
Even playing field, 8 teams, not the full 12.
Could you imagine like competing for like $20,000 and your mom like trips over the router with a vacuum or something?
Oh, God,
Like
bro.
just oh,
That ain't
oh,
my
I'm out.
mom anymore.
Done in the tournament.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have my mom anymore either.
Just big old host migration shows up on the stream to like 50,000 people. It's like, all right, fuck it.
It pissed me off.
Like what?
It would piss me
No,
off.
this is dumb as shit.
But no, I can understand the whole thing with esports and not having like the attention span for it because I've definitely been there and I used to be exceptionally just like that with sports growing up.
Mhm.
And as I've grown older, it's like, oh damn, I got ESPN on in the background as white noise. I'm feeling like my dad. Like this is fucking dope. And I don't know. You just like as you grow up more, you start getting into different stuff. And I can actually sit there and watch like every basketball game possible, every
Yeah,
NFL
same here.
game. It's just that shit's enjoyable to me. I don't watch all esports. I mean, I've kind of seen Valorant, but I don't play Valorant. I really just watch the COD. But I mean, the whole thing with Champs this weekend should be cool. I mean, that starts tomorrow as of when we're recording this, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I don't know. I'm just so excited for it. Just me personally. I'm hoping to see Optic win, but there's just like with COD, anything can fucking happen. I've always said that. Any team
Yeah.
can win tomorrow or win as of Sunday because it's a 4-day event, but. I don't know. Those knockout matches, I'll definitely be watching. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna watch the whole event when I have time to do so. But
I mean, like with the whole anything can happen thing. Like you look at when our boys were like competing in like esports for COD. It was like we'd go in and just hard point. It would be like, all right, we're down 130, and then somehow they just fucking clutch up and
Flip
fix it.
around.
Yeah, it's like 145, 250. You're like, all right, what the fuck just happened? Like COD's cool like that, where there's
Really
so many
unpredictable.
different game modes. Like there's different sets, different maps, shit like that. And you don't get that in like regular sports. Like it's 4 quarters. Like that basketball game's ending after 4 quarters. There's no like, all right, halftime, let's do a dunk contest for 2 more points. Like it's not a fucking thing.
Right.
So like I guess it's dope from that end, but
I think that's the reason why it's blowing up so much nowadays.
Bro, I'm trying
It's
to.
catching a lot of eyes now. It's just catching a lot of eyes. Me personally, what's weird is that I don't even play PC games, but for some reason I've been watching a little bit of Dota. I don't know why.
no, that's weird. That's scuffed.
I don't know, dude.
I don't even think you should have brought that up. Like you could have went your entire life without bringing that up.
Well,
Like you could have been like a sleeper Dota fan and you decided to air it. Like that's on you, bro.
Hey, man.
Like not even
What can I
League,
say?
like Dota. Like bro, what?
Well, I mean, it looks fun as shit, dude. Like honestly, like I don't know why it caught my attention. You know, I had a friend. Hey,
you watch Dota and be like, yeah, that's fun.
it looks fun, dude. Like I literally even went back and watched like the last year's fucking international. Well, that's what they call it, the international. It's like the biggest, you know, COD champs, whatever. You know, this makes COD champs look like a little amateur tournament. You know, with those
Whenever
prize
people
pools.
bring up that Dota's like the biggest in esports, like it just like baffles me because like that just goes to prove that esports overseas is just so much bigger than what we are.
Really
Just
is.
so much bigger. Like
It's
Fucking
huge.
A.
It's huge in like Asian
What's the price
culture,
for
bro.
COD champs? What, like $1 million?
It's definitely
Or like
it's
1.2 or something like that?
it's definitely over that. I'm pretty sure it's like a $2.5 million prize pool.
Yeah.
remember when it
It's
used to
like-
be like $1,000?
Yeah,
The good old days.
I'll find
Like a
that.
couple 100,000 like that.
I'm gonna find that right now. What is the CDL 2021 champs pool or what? What are we talking
Blows
about? The
my
prize,
mind, but-
prize. Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay, so for the 2021 COD League, when it comes down to the champs happening tomorrow, there is a $500,000 for each major. Oh, okay. There it is, $2.5 million prize pool.
God damn.
And I'm pretty
Stupid.
sure with that, every team may take a little bit of a chunk of change. So, like, if you're the first 2 teams to get knocked out, I think you may get like 10 grand, and then it starts, slowly
That sounds
increasing.
bad.
But yeah, I mean,
Even
Clay,
then,
I
you have
can't.
to split that up.
I can't remember if it was Clayster that broke down the money he won last year for champs, but I mean, I wish I could pull it up
Probably.
right now and see it. But I mean, it was insane. I mean, each player had like 300,000 to themselves, but then you have to go into like the org cut, and there's all sorts of stuff you got to pay. And then at the end of the day, you're playing out in California, so there's a really good tax
Everything.
upon the money.
Nice little fat tax for that.
I mean, at the end of the day, if Parasite can play COD professionally, I think I could do it.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
I mean, fuck it,
Shut up, Parasite. Like, what was he expecting? Because we reached out to Parasite when he was teamless. He was like expecting something fucking ludicrous.
So with Azure, we had a manager guy. His name was Trident. I already said that, and he hit Parasite up. I don't know why, because we were trying to like build COD esports at the time, and we did fairly well after that when we kind of got a good roster going. And I don't know why we hit up Parasite. It's not like we're that insane of an organization at the time, but we did, and he wanted an insane amount of shit. Obviously, I don't know. I mean, what do you boys think? That was kind of a funny thing.
I just find it fucking hilarious that not only did he respond, so Buddy was clearly fucking hurting. Like hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And he's asking for more money than what some pros make playing fucking amateur league.
Yeah.
I have friends from high school that play higher level than that. Like it's bro, shut up. Like shut the fuck up. Like fucking God
fucking
damn.
stupid, to be honest. I definitely think you can pick up better players that play at a really higher tier
I
than
agree.
that, to be honest. And probably, I mean, you could pay them. Maybe some that don't even want even to get paid, and you'll still get a lot of better result than you get from professional player like that. In my opinion, I think it's not worth the money. I would rather go find an amateur team that I think is a lot more
Well, like,
potential than that.
Right.
look at who was the guy that we had like playing for us that was actually fucking cracked
You're
and
talking-
like
remember
plays
his
amateur.
fucking name.
Are you talking about guard or are you talking about auto?
Yeah, guard.
He was
Okay.
guard. Yeah, there you go.
Guard
Yeah.
is fucking insane, and
Mhm.
all that man wanted for us was for
Fucking
us to
win.
pay for the tournament promote that they're playing for us, and that was it.
Right.
Literally
That was fucking it.
No, I mean,
And
that
dude
was.
won us a chip.
he really did. He wants a fucking chip.
Like, Parasite has more ex-girlfriends fucked than championships won. And that's a bad stat. That's a bad stat to have. You're a scumbag and you're shit at COD. Like, ooh. Fuck.
Bro, that's the funniest thing you've said all night.
But he is buns. Like,
Sure.
I would not be surprised if you go back and watch every Parasite match ever. Not only is he the one talking the most shit, but he is guaranteed have the worst KD and least objective. Everyone in every game he's ever played, but he will talk the most shit, ask for the most money, fuck your ex-girlfriend, and get kicked from your team all in the same week. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Pretty much. Pretty much.
bro, leave the scene, dog. You're trash. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Just no
That's
time for
gross.
that, man. Just egos.
God, I don't know. I'm trying to think about like I kind of want to like speak on, you know, like the future with the team itself. And when I mean team, I mean Azure, not anything else. Where, you know, where we plan on going without really spoiling a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously, just me personally, where I stand, because I kind of helped out with the esports side of things when it came down to Call of Duty. Now, when it comes to esports in general, I will say that I am more than willing to branch out into other esports as long as it is financially
promising, at least.
and as long as it's promising for us at the size of our organization, as at the experience we have. We're not fucking 100 Thieves, don't get me wrong. So ultimately we're going to do with what makes the most sense for us. But I would love to go into other esports. I think that with a new Call of Duty coming out in the next few months, that potentially we get back into it then, because, you know, COD
That's the most
Challengers Champs has already ended.
Yeah.
COD Champ starts tomorrow, so ultimately, you can still kind of do some esport tournament. Yeah, you can still kind of do some esport tournaments, but I just don't necessarily think it's smart to get into until the next Call of Duty comes around.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it's shit or if it's good, I don't know. That's what I would love. I don't know.
Like, that new Lego Star Wars game is coming out, and I think we can probably pursue some nasty shit with that.
Yeah,
But
fuck it.
I don't know. Like, it's a tough scene, a lot of competition. So, but realistically, like you said, we aren't as experienced in esports and shit. Just like, because we are like LLC'd, so like being an actual fucking company does force us to kind of select our shit a bit better. Like, we can't just go on and like fucking do dumb shit. But now that we can sign shit, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Having the legal stuff behind the scenes does help out, because you're not just, a lot of people are just like little small organizations and they just throw money at teams without even reaping any sort of reward off of it.
Yeah. And that tends to like fuck them really badly.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make
And
any
then they're
sense.
the ones complaining why they wasted all their money. But, I mean,
Yeah,
it really comes to like, for small organizations like us, it's just, I think esports in general, even at the professional level, it's a lot of risk taking. It's a shit ton of money, at least for them. And I mean, obviously for us, just because obviously none of us are fucking rich to be just throwing hundreds of dollars to an amateur team.
right.
It's either way, so smart looking into it, you know, checking players' backgrounds, you know, history they have, you know. You don't want to just pick up it's a good team, but have a really scummy background of, you know, cheating or things like that. You know, it's just really looking into it, you know, and finding the right opportunity, and hopefully you find it, and hopefully it works out for you. And like I said, I think that even works out with that happens with the professional players as well. You know, you can pick up best players and still end up at the very bottom. But I don't know. It's just, you know, finding the right opportunity, finding the right players, and we got lucky with, you know, Guard and his guys. And, you know, with the players we had after that, you know, we did really good. Those guys were really fucking great, you know, really good fucking spirit. It sucks that we had to separate from them, but it is what it is, business.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately they had a better choice, and I've always said that with any organization that I've ever been a part of, at least from like the upper side of stuff, is that if you have a greater opportunity elsewhere, I don't want to limit your growth. Go chase it. It was super awesome that we had that, and like I've always said, when it comes down to esports, especially like at our level of an organization, it's more so just getting lucky. You just kind of have to. We have our own method of how we approach teams and how we continue in leagues with certain teams, and we're obviously not going to go into great detail on that because that's something we do behind the scenes. But I think it's all about luck. You get some cracked kids. I mean, they were talking about Guard. I mean, Guard played Black Ops 2, and he was a part of, I can't remember who it was, but he played with Mochillo back in the day, and I think they beat Team Envy at, would it have been UMG Dallas back then, or was it MLG Dallas? I think it was UMG.
I don't even think they just, beat Envy. I think they, smoked Envy.
Yeah, they shit on him, and Envy was, I think the fan favorite going into that specific tournament. Weird to say, but I think I was 12 years old at the time, so I definitely wasn't.
And you learn so much. That's the cool thing about what we do, as owners, is you don't really know where half these guys come from, and then they just randomly end up talking to you.
Right.
You're talking from someone that played pro against some of your favorite players, and now he's on the team that you own. It's I don't know. It's wild shit. It's wild shit.
If you're into the challengers scene, there's a team called Aerial Rise. They were in one of our leagues that we competed in online. And we went to a Game 5 with Aerial Rise, and I do want to say that with that same roster, to my knowledge, they finished third at the champs for the challengers. So I think that kind of says something about the magic that we tend to bring in, and especially, those guys. I mean, that's credits to them. I mean, at the end of the day, I just run the thing. We just help out with the thing. We're the face of the name, I guess you should say.
I just fucking work here, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not sitting here fucking running COD all day, playing Black Ops 4 all day, scrims, Pro 8s. Well, not Pro 8s all the time because obviously we're not going after pros because they're in the pro scene. But I just think it's crazy that some of the teams we've faced, we've gone neck and neck with, and they've done great achievements as well. That's what's good about just investing within your team and going into these leagues, that you play some pretty good kids. It's good practice, and if you do get to that point where you want to go to LAN, you understand that you can take them online. You can possibly beat them on LAN because LAN's a different animal. That's why they call them LANimals. But
shout out fucking Wigs League and Venom for being the two best fucking amateur leagues on the scene right now.
Yeah, go check them out. Definitely go check them out.
Wigs the goat.
Wigs is pretty cool. I love that dude. I'll definitely, if you're watching this, you have an organization, you kind of want to get into Call of Duty. It's not hard to find these COD teams looking for teams. When I say that, I mean looking for an organization to represent them. You can find them as free agents, teams of 3, teams of 4. COD's gone back to 4v4, so it's a lot easier to kind of bring in a whole team, and hopefully they have some chemistry. But definitely go check those leagues out. I'll make sure that we have that in the description below so that you guys can check it out if it's something you're interested in. They're really good leagues. They're not anything too expensive to invest into, and if you get lucky, you have a good team, you can win a little bit of money, put it back into your team. Obviously pay your players. Don't be a dickhead. Pay those guys and just rock out with it. But we'll definitely, that was a good thing to bring up. We'll definitely put their stuff down below if you are interested. And first of all, either competing or putting a team into those leagues. Fuck yeah. By the way, we did win. I almost want to say it was season 3. Let me see. It's in my notes. Did y'all watch that championship match?
I sadly didn't get to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking call you out right here in front of.
Yeah, that's fine. Call me the fuck out. I was at home. I didn't get to see it.
Man's got a kid. Can use the kid excuse for the rest of his life.
I can always use that, bro. Always.
Old man Roy.
All right, so within the Venom League, season 2, we placed second with a roster, and we lost to people like Fire and just a bunch of really cracked amateur kids. Let's put it that way. I don't know why the hell they're. I mean, obviously I do. They want bread, but they are running around in a lot of leagues that they are way too good for. Let's put it that way. Lurid and all them. And then for the Venom Mixed League Season 3, we placed first, and that was fucking awesome. It definitely was.
Yes, sir.
We even had a sub for that match and still beat those kids. So
That's right, I remember.
kudos to them. We're the better team. They were toxic as fuck, but second place that's a hell of a jug to hold. So I don't know. I'm trying to see. Let me get out of these notes, go back to my other notes so we can keep rocking along. But I mean, overall, I had a lot of fun with the esports that we had. I thought it was really fun. I did really well on social media and stuff like that. So what we want to do for the next section, and it's obviously not going to happen, but it's something I'm going to bring up, is we will usually go into a Q&A section. This will be something that we tweet about before podcast days in advance, starting with episode 2. And we try to hit up our members and get them to ask questions. And obviously we'll get them on here and we'll try to let you know ahead of time, possibly, unless we want to, or if we don't want to spoil it, who that member is so that you can prepare questions for them. So ultimately we don't have any questions here today to answer. I asked around just briefly before this because it was an idea that came to my head. So that's on my bad. We'll get that figured out, but we will have a question and answer section at the end of the podcast, or just whenever in the podcast moving forward, starting with episode 2. I think it'll be really fun. It gives you guys as a community to engage with us and get your questions asked and obviously get answers. So, I don't know, boys. You have fun?
Yeah, it was a good time. Got to name drop some people, so I'm happy with my performance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we name dropped. This might. I feel like a lot of people may be like, "Damn, why are these guys talking about so much fucking drama? Like, just inform me and stuff." Well, we wouldn't be who we wouldn't be here. This team wouldn't be here without all the bullshit that we talked about.
Like, if I mentioned your name, lick my nuts. Don't care. You have my Twitter. Send me a message.
Oh man.
What?
Oh man. I mean, but it's true though. You know, if it weren't for all this shit, we wouldn't be here.
100%. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everything happens for a reason. Mm-hmm. You deal with random toxic 26-year-olds that delete drives, and everything gets sorted out. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens behind the scenes of an organization that may not be public.
Really,
business is business, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna tweet out a GIF saying "business is business" after I kick a kid. I don't care.
I mean, it's business is business. Ultimately, we wouldn't be what we are today without all the inner bullshit that we deal with. I mean, it's been fun though. I mean, we've had a lot of ups and downs and horrible times, and
we really have. Holy shit.
I mean, we have, and then ultimately, like, Roy over here doesn't really fucking help with anything. But moving along.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and Chevy's 5'2" with hobbit feet, so like at the end of the day, it just doesn't work. And I'm Canadian, so that's probably the worst.
Yeah. But y'all, when we were talking about Bushido earlier, I was like, "Fuck, dude, I have like 3 of those jerseys in my closet." But we don't want to promote that team, even though they're dead. But
I don't think I ever got to buy one of those jerseys, dude.
Dude, I got every single one of them. I have that ugly ass long sleeve. I have the Arma one. I think that.
Buy the one I designed.
Oh fuck!
Buy the one I designed.
That's the nicest jersey I own. No bullshit.
Yeah, go buy the jersey that I designed, the baseball jersey, the cleanest jersey.
Yeah, that is the cleanest jersey. That is a nice one. That first Azure jersey we had was fucking horrible.
Oh yeah, that's Dez. Shout out Dez for not knowing how to.
Yeah,
but he sent pictures of like a 5-year-old's drawing. But he got FaceTime with Roy's daughter and had her draw the shit.
Oh my god.
No, I think my daughter would have came up with a little bit better.
Dez was eating Cocomellies and just fucking
Dez, man.
Jesus.
Nah, Dez.
Respect to Dez though, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Dez.
Yeah, respect to him.
Man, that jersey, you fucked it up.
I doubt
I got here and I went for that man's job. Don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I doubt he fucking watches this video, but yeah, shout out Dez. Azure would be not here if it wasn't for you.
I wouldn't be here. Me and Chevy would have not known each other if it weren't for that fucker.
Azure would not be here if you were still running shit. Good looks, Brody. Have a good one.
People are gonna look at us differently. They're gonna be like, "Damn, these are some real ass kids, man."
I mean,
it is
that's
true.
What we are, you know.
I just real. I just real. Like that's.
It's just, you know, there's a time to be professional, and you know, there's a time to be real. You know.
It sucks more if you don't joke about it. So
exactly, but That's just the way this shit goes, you know. And this esports shit, this organization shit, this gaming shit's always gonna be that way.
Oh yeah.
There's always gonna be drama. It's in every fucking thing, even in regular sports. There's always gonna be drama, no matter what.
You deal with personalities, you deal with egos, and it's just you move on from it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. And that's what molds people. It makes people, you know. You find cool people, you find shitty people, you know. But that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Can't like everyone at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think. I know we're over an hour at this point, so I definitely want to start wrapping it up. So I want to get some final comments from you guys before I send it off, I guess. If you'll have any.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know, bro. You got anything? You got? I don't know. You know, hey, shout yourself out.
That's been on the team, like.
Where can they find you?
Everyone that's here or not here anymore, fucking the goats. Petey, if you're watching this, I love you, bud. I don't know. If you want to watch my shit content, Duke Goes Crazy on YouTube and Twitch. And if you want to see me out the people that I out all the time on Twitter, that's about it.
Roy, you got anything?
I really don't do much, you know. I just do what Chevy tells me to do. He's my boss. Yeah. I just do what Chevy tells me to do. He's my boss at the end of the day, even though we're on the same level in this organization. I mean, I don't really have much to say, you know, but thanks to all the members we have, you know, just a bunch of cool kids, you know, honestly. Apart from, like, what I said earlier, Bushido being the most successful we had, but this is, like, the best vibes out of an organization that we've had. Everyone here just has a different personality, you know, and I'm glad that we have them here. You know, every fucking, from JoJo to Erie, you know, everyone's fucking cool here. Everyone gets along perfectly fine, you know, but I'm glad that we had these guys, you know. Exactly. And that's just all I have pretty much to say, you know, just thanks to everyone that we have.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I want to thank, you know, each member that we've had that has left in a good way. If, you know, they're no longer a part of us. And then ultimately, I want to thank the guys we have right now. Those are the core of our team. They help out with a lot of fucking content, a lot of stuff we do. And then I also want to thank everybody that tuned into the first edition of the Azure Podcast. On the upcoming podcast, we are going to have some members on. There might be some more stuff where, you know, us three bullshit around if y'all enjoyed this one. Bring in some people from the community, maybe some bigger personalities. I don't know.
If you just want another pod of us three going at it about random fucking topics, just drop random fucking topics. We'll do it.
Yeah. Go ahead, leave a comment down below. Be like, I need a part 2. This shit's fun. Make sure to like. If you're new, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. We're gonna get a little bit more active on our YouTube. I know we like to say that a lot, but I think we've dropped a lot of videos over the past year and a half that you can go and tune into if you like that. And as always, if you know you want to join this awesome program, this team, this what I like to call family at times, feel free to hit us up on Twitter or hit us up individually. I'll have all our socials down below, meaning our Twitters, and then I will have all of the team socials down below as well. And obviously you found yourself here on YouTube, and maybe we put this on some other platforms. I haven't quite decided that yet, but with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.
Later.
You're